welcome to Vlogmas Day I've lost count at this point. Previously I posted a video about my top 5 worst airlines that I've ever travelled with, so I'll put a card up there that you can go and watch that first. But this is a video for my top 5 best airlines. These are the airlines that I think are worth the money, that you get a lot extra out of it, and that you will definitely come off the other side feeling as good as you can after a flight. Similar to the other video, I'll be counting down from my 5th to number 1 as the best airline that you can spend your hard-earned cash on. So my number 5 airline is Air France. So Air France, I flew from Paris to Germany. It was a short flight, but it was on time, the people were friendly, you got a little bit of nibblies, the seats were comfortable, and you had entertainment. So we paid, I think, $90 for that flight because it was quite short. Compared to what would have been train would have been a lot longer. It was definitely worth the money. I had a good experience, and even on the other side, getting off was good. They were fast, efficient. It was just perfectly aligned to, actually, to be honest, it was probably better than the price point, like better quality than what you're paying. I think I probably got a good deal with them, so always booking it in advance is helpful. Definitely give Air France a go if you're in Europe. Highly recommend Air France. Haven't done anything wrong by me. Number 4 is Virgin. So Virgin, I have flown a few times. I've always done long haul. It has been 15 hours or more because I live in Australia. The food is so good, makes like I actually enjoy eating it. The staff have always been lovely and friendly. And this is such a silly thing, but it's like I liked, was that when you're flying, the lights in the cabin all go purple and I feel like I'm in a rave, which is just fun. Seats are comfortable, and I think they have the best movie selection of any Western airline. They've got good TV shows, good movies, blockbusters, anything you could want they have. Makes the flight go a lot easier. I've always had my special meals, which is the downside with a lot of these airlines, is the special meal will come out way before the drinks or everybody else's meal, so it's a bit awkward. You have your rubbish there for a lot longer. But the meals have always been good, so I can't complain there. Virgin, 10 out of 10. That one I think is perfectly aligned to the price and what you get for it. So it's not astoundingly, oh my gosh, I've got my own cubicle and I paid $10. You come off the other side of the flight feeling refreshed as much as you can, and they give you blankets and pillows and they look after you well. So would recommend Virgin. Number 3 is Qatar. Now I've just flown Qatar, so that's my most recent flight. The food on this one, probably the best food I've had on any airline. I didn't love the movie selection. It was because it caters to quite a broad demographic. It has, you know, Bollywood, Asian films, Western movies, Middle Eastern films, has everything. So it's good if you're a minority, but in terms of the Hollywood movies, I actually didn't watch anything because they were just nothing that tickled my fancy. I ended up listening to podcasts and reading for 15 hours, 20 hours, 30 hours. The sign I always have is if you're on a nice airline is if they give you metal cutlery, because you do not get that on your LATAM Airways. You don't even have food on LATAM Airways. The vegan meals came with everyone else's food. I was able to get a drink on the spot, which sounds really silly, but like when you're waiting 20 minutes and your food's going cold and you have no drink, it's a lot of stress when all you have on the whole 35-hour flight is food to look forward to. It's the little things that count, but the air hostesses have always been lovely. They were never delayed, they were always on time, and the process was always simple for checking in and getting through it. So Qatar was actually rated the best airline on the world according to, I think it was 2017's ranking of airlines. It was actually the best for value for money, so there you go. But it's number 3 for me. Number 2 is Emirates. So similar to Qatar, comfortable seats, really good TV, better movie selection on Emirates than Qatar. They give you metal cutlery. I feel like economy on Emirates is like first class on a lot of the budget airlines. It is so nice. The blankets are really soft and comfortable. You can get extra pillows. The food's really good. I probably said that, but the food's like really good. I like the decor of this one. It feels very upper class and fancy, but that's just personal preference. But yeah, Emirates, I flew with them to Europe, so it was a long haul again. We're looking at 24-hour flight to London, which is a lot. And for me to get off that 24-hour flight and still say it is my second best airline, you know they did something right, because after 24 hours, you're looking for any reason to complain, and I still couldn't. I honestly couldn't change anything about that flight. It was, whew. Okay, we're up to my number one best airline. So this isn't the most luxury airline. This isn't the most expensive airline. This is the best value for money airline I've ever flown, and by far that was Asiana. Now, I hadn't heard of Asiana until I booked it, and to be honest, I didn't know about it when I booked it. I flew with Asiana to Korea after the whole Cathay Pacific debacle, which was the previous video. Cathay Pacific cancelled our flights, mucked us around a lot, and so I booked a last minute Asiana flight because it was direct. I did not know about the flight, I did not know about, I'd never heard of it, didn't know the safety rating, I knew nothing. But I was like, I'm getting to Korea, this flight gets to Korea, I'll take it. So I got on this flight and we went to check in. We checked in at the desk and we said, look, sorry, I was with 4 friends. Is there any chance that we can sit remotely close to each other? We know there's no chance of us sitting together because we booked this 4 hours ago, but if you could help us out at all, that would mean a lot. And the lady at the desk put us all 4 of us together in one row so that we could all sit together last minute, and we were just so thankful that we met such a nice check-in person, receptionist, what do you call them? She was so nice and helpful, and she was so lovely, and she helped us out while we were feeling very stressed and tired. So we got on this flight. First thing we did is we sat down and we got a little parcel with earplugs, eye mask, all that kind of things that you used to get on every plane, but now seems quite rare. The food was great. They had traditional Korean food, so I had bibimbap, which was amazing, and they have instructions on how to make it, and they give you slippers to walk around the whole plane, so your feet stay like aerated but still sanitary. You go to the bathroom, and they have toothbrushes with paste already on them, toothpicks, combs, got it all. It was amazing, and I will say I was very stressed and sleep deprived at this point, and I was on a flight I'd never heard of, so having all this like luxury handed to me after my mental state was amazing and just so refreshing, and I think it just came at the right time for me, which is great. And then at the end they had this really funny video in Korean, so I couldn't understand it, telling you to do all these different stretches to try and relieve the pressure, and like if you've got headaches or like help with jet lag, and like my friend and I were like so deliriously happy and tired at this point, and one of the things was like that you do this on your head, and the guy just looked so funny in the video. We cracked up and we couldn't stop laughing. We probably like looked insane to everybody else on the plane, but we were having a great time. So 100% would recommend Asiana to absolutely anyone, and from memory it wasn't even that expensive. And we booked last minute too, so tell me in the comments below if you've flown any of these airlines, or if there's a better airline that I haven't heard of or haven't flown with yet, and I will try my best to get on them and let you know how it goes. Remember to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of my extra Vlogmas content, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.